Having a hard time increasing sales? Every business have challenges. An ineffective marketing strategy? Failing to attract new customers? We can help you. Just Google GhanaOnlineAds.com and create a smart profile page for your business. Ghana Online Ads help local businesses improve their online marketing and increase sales. It also helps local consumers to identify the best business for their project and discover upcoming local events. How does it work? Sign up at GhanaOnlineAds.com, describe your business, add photos, and then publish your listing. Our focus is the long-term success of your business. For more information, visit www.GhanaOnlineAds.com or email sales@GhanaOnlineAds.com.
Guys, I welcome you live on SBTV Africa. My name is DJ Nyama, and this program is Daily Hustle Worldwide. All you need is the internet. So you know what? If you just chance on our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of videos there. We have the Ghetto different segment, Ghetto Life Story. We have the Naked Truth. We have all sort of segments. We have plenty segments that you love our content. So don't forget to subscribe and also visit our website, www.sbtvafrica.com. We have a lot of news on our channel and our website too as well. And today, my flight number DHW 1642 Concorde plane. I'm moving straight to where? I'm going straight to China to go and have a chat with one brethren in China to ask him what's happening there. Actually, he's from Uganda. Yeah, big shout out to DJ Shots, my guy, COO of SBTV Africa. He's in UK. He's from Uganda. That's my killer. Yes, man. So today I'm going straight to China to go and have a chat with is it your name? I have to let you mention it because I don't want to. As for John Paul, I'll mention about the Rugaba. Rugaba. Is it
Yes.
Rugaba?
Rugaba.
Rugaba. Oh. But before I start the vibe with Rugaba, make sure you visit this website, www.GhanaOnlineAds.com. If you want to market your product, you want to display whatever estate, if you are into real estate, whatever you have that you want people to see it, just go to www.GhanaOnlineAds.com. Just feel free, fill the forms, put your videos or pictures there, and then bam, you are done. And also, if you have a generator that you need servicing, installation, and all that, look no further. Visit JB Mobile Engineers so you can see their details on the screens now. Let me go straight, go have a chat. My name is DJ Nyame. Today I'm going to China, like I said. Hey, Niao, how are you? How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. How is China?
China is okay. A bit of
China,
COVID. Fine.
Oh, COVID. You guys still in COVID?
Yeah, it's still COVID here.
Why?
The zero COVID policy of China. So COVID lockdowns, masks, testing. It happens almost every day.
You guys are always testing.
Yes.
How many times have they tested you?
Every day.
Every day they will test you.
Yes.
Okay. What's the name again? Rugaba John Paul, right?
Yes, Rugaba John Paul.
Rugaba John Paul. Okay. You are from where? Uganda, right?
I'm from Uganda.
Oh, I see. How long have you been in China?
For 4 years right now. I came in 2018.
4 years.
Yes.
Oh, 4 years. So I see. Which part? Let's go back to Uganda. Which part of Uganda are you from?
Kampala, the capital city. It's where
Kampala. Big shout out to Kampala. We are coming. I'll come and visit Uganda soon and have some chat with the Ugandans and let's see how things are going there as well. Because we'll be touring the whole Africa, SVTV Africa soon. So tell us more. 4 years ago in Kampala, what were you doing?
I just finished my high school, my A-level studies, and then I applied for a scholarship here in China, and I was lucky that I got it to do my bachelor's. Then after So my bachelor is 4 years. So I completed in July. Now I'm doing my master's, which will take me
And
another year.
why did you choose to study in China?
I think I chose because I already had people who were here before. My sister
Mm,
was here before, so it was
mm.
simpler. Already, the groundwork was already set up for me already, and I think by that time it was easier to come to China compared to other countries like UK, US, and Canada to pursue education. So China was a better option.
Rugaba, tell us more. Which part of you said you are from the capital. So, what tribe are you? I want to know a bit about Uganda. Tell us a little about Uganda.
Okay, I'll speak a lot about Uganda.
Hmm.
Um, Uganda is in East Africa.
Hmm.
We are quite small, okay? Most people, when you see the news right now, what is written about Uganda, it's more of political, but I think Uganda is more than that. We obviously have abundant wildlife. We have a vibrant culture, a vibrant nightlife, and we are people who are very welcoming, very hospitable. Just like Ghana, we are colonized by the British, so English is our official language. We have the source of the Nile, the longest river in the world, and despite all the issues we have as a country, we we have that Ugandans have that hope, that hope for better things because we were blessed with a lot of resources.
Hmm.
Now there's oil, now there's this, and we just need a few changes here and there, and everything will go higher. I come from my tribe is from Western Uganda. Ironically, it's the same tribe as the president and all those people, but we have over 50 plus tribes in Uganda, and they come from all parts of Eastern Africa.
Hmm.
And fun fact, we have the highest number of refugees in Africa, second in the world, which is about 1.2 million. So it shows the level of how much we are accommodating despite the fact we don't have many resources as a country. Yeah, basically that's what I can say.
Hey, let's talk about you guys, your culture too, as well,
Yes.
your traditions and all that.
Okay, our cultures, we when it comes to food, we I don't know if it's in Ghana that we have that type of banana, the raw green banana, with the way we cook it, like um as if you're cooking flour or something. That's first we call it, the way we cook it, we call it matoke. It's more like a staple food there.
Hmm.
Um, we value traditional functions such as weddings and all that thing. We have kingdoms that have been there since over 600 years. They're still there.
Hmm.
Even despite the fact of colonialism and all that, they're still there. Basically, they're the aspect of uniting people. Um, and we, much as the fact that, with religion and all those things, worshiping we the worshipping of the ancestors and all that might have died down, but it's still it's still part of our history, our identity. My surname Rugava means God, and not it comes from the way we used to call our gods back then. So we have that aspect of our culture still going on, and basically that.
So, Rugaba, you are a Christian, right?
Yes, I'm Christian.
You were talking about refugees and all that. Let's talk about this. What's happened there that maybe the youth or people want to leave the country, they want to travel to abroad and all that. I want your take on this.
I think with the refugee, it's the part of Africa where we are. We have wars in Eastern Congo. We have wars in South Sudan. There were once a time there were issues in Rwanda. So Uganda, the last time we had a civil war was over 40 years ago. So we are having that peace. So obviously we become a place where people seek refuge and sanctuary. And it's also a government policy to welcome everyone, because at a certain point in our history, we were also refugees during the turbulent days of Idi Amin and all those dictatorships. So, in a sense of Pan-Africanism, we welcome everybody. And the area we're in is very volatile, so those are the huge influx of refugees. Your question of why people are leaving, I think it's the economic situation that's probably there. People are not having the opportunities that they have, and they guess that once they go out, the opportunities will be there. There are no jobs, to be honest. Youth unemployment is high. And obviously, there's that element of the 1% are benefiting more than the 99, and people want to find avenues in other places in the world. So I think obviously the economic situation in the world right now is worsening, because of the COVID, Russia, Ukraine war, and all that thing. So obviously people are finding avenues outside. So I think that's why people
But
are more.
this hustling, people want to travel abroad and all that didn't start now. Because you mentioned Russia, Ukraine war, and all. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Africa, we have everything, but it looks like everybody, most of, I can say like 70 or 60% want to leave to abroad and all that. What is happening? What is it that we are not doing right?
Three things. Two of them is our past, one is our present. I'll start
Mm,
with our present. Our present is our leaders. I think our leaders don't lead us, they just want to lead themselves. We don't
mm.
have, it's easy to come to politics and say you do this, you do this, you do this. But when you reach in there, it's just like you just switch. I've seen this in many African countries. And it's just them, because they know what to do, they know how to do it, but they don't implement it. And it affects the common person, because if you calculate how much is spent on state functions, private trips, presidential convoys, all these things, and then you try to invest that in, let's say, medical care, that can improve the medical sector in just one year. So it's just leadership. That's my first point. My second point is, it comes from the fact of we have an inferiority complex as Africans because of our educational system, which we inherited from the colonialists, where we feel like Africa is not enough, but outside world is enough. And more from the things we watch, the things we see, we feel like what we admire, and so a child in Africa is told that Europe is better than his place, but ironically, a child in China is told that China is the best country in the world from a young age. So you see the difference in terms of mentality and in terms of education. So obviously, someone will grow up thinking and wanting to leave than to stay. Then the third point why thing is the fact that many these so-called powers, China inclusive, they are seeing Africa as a place where they can exploit us, and they use one, our leaders, as I said; two, our mentality, as I said; and three, our resources. So if if a country has gold, you find the next 50 years it's not there, because these people just came and depleted all of it. So what do you leave? What do you leave the locals there? You leave them to survive on nothing. So they have to go out and go out. So I believe those are the core things that are making Africans try to go and take their hustle, their talent, because the wisest people, the most intelligent, the most active, the most energetic. It's more like the slave trade. The most energetic are leaving behind. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Wow. Let me ask you this. Do you think we blacks or we Africans, we can manage our own stuff without having this Western people, white people coming in and all that? We can
We
manage
can
our own.
we can manage it. We can
Mm,
manage it. We've been managing it. When the richest man was Mansa Musa, he was doing it alone. It was through trade. He was doing it alone when we had great empires, all over the continent.
But right now we have doing things. We have to invite white people, Western people to come in and all that. It looks like they have to show us
Because
what to do and
because
what to do and all
because
that.
we
Why?
are brainwashed to believe that they are the only ones who can help us. It's just simple. Because you cannot tell me that someone who studies civil engineering at an African university and gets a first class cannot build a road, but someone from China who basically didn't understand the topography of an African district can build that road better than him. It's just the mentality. It's not like we can't do it. It's just the mentality. Africa can do it alone. We can do it alone. But obviously we need others to guide us and help us. But we can do it alone. Not on this kind framework where others do it and then they tell us how to do it, how to control it, how to everything. No.
I'm asking you all this thing because when I look at the Mediterranean Sea, I see all angles. I see from different countries, from Ghana, Uganda, Sierra Leone, wherever they are crossing to go abroad, go to Italy, Europe, and all that. Sometimes I feel so bad when I see my brothers and sisters going through this. That's why I'm asking you. Everything looks like before you can make it, you need to travel abroad.
That's very sad because we are losing people. But on me, what I've seen is that we need to go back as Africans to what makes us African, what makes us proudly African, and not to tell us that we don't have anything, that whatever we do is backward, whatever we do is not enough, whatever we do, because an African child in my country in the rural areas does not know the value of the gold underneath his feet until someone tells him that this gold is weighing this amount of money. That information is not given to them. So we need to strengthen our mentality, use our resources for ourselves, and then cause change at the top. 3 processes, and then we shall be there. Because if you look at a country like China, it doesn't have vast mineral resources. It just has 2 strengths. It has a high population and a government that puts China first. I believe Africa has the same population as China combined. So why can't we? Comes to that.
Okay, you've been in China for 4 years. Tell us more about China. Your first time you went there, what have you learned so far being there and all that? Are they cool with you? You being a black guy, how do they relate to you? School, the course you are studying, and all that. Let's get to know more about China.
Okay, I'll start with China in general, then I'll come to me. Before I came to China, I didn't know so much about it, to be honest. So I came, that was September 2018, and it was obviously I was amazed by the level of development and all that, which I would only dream of. And obviously I had difficulties with adapting with the language, the weather, the food. Everything was new, and it's not like I had a huge community of Ugandans who would really, really help me. It was just have to survival mode for those few months. Um, I would, racism is everywhere. For as long as you leave Africa, expect racism. That's what I always believe. And China, it's not the type of racism here is not violent racism like America, where they stop you over the road and shoot you. But you really feel like these people are kind of uncomfortable looking at you somehow, and they're curious about you, your color, where you're from, and all this. And sometimes it's very uncomfortable, and they'll be taking all those pictures of you and stuff like that. Does it come from an area of curiosity, ignorance, or maybe racism? It could be a combination of all of them. So apart from that, it's okay. Obviously, with the past 3 years and COVID and the testing, the lockdowns, and the restrictions, it has obviously been hard. But yeah, that's the system here.
Wow. So about your school, tell us more. You applied. Is it like sponsorship or what? What's the prior? You are paying fees or what?
Okay, so I applied for my undergrad scholarship. I did the course undergrad in software engineering, and when I did software engineering, my school was in a province called Henan, and the city was Genjo. Ironically, it was me and another friend of mine from Ghana. Shout outs to Inoka Kwasikwateng. He was my only African classmate in my class, only two. And yes, it was okay. It was okay, I would say so. So after then, I applied for masters again, and I was lucky that I got it again in computer science. So yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. Now that you said it's 4 years, are you done?
No, I'm not done. I'm going for another lap.
You going for what?
Another round. Another round.
Another round. Why? Why are you going for another round? I thought you said it's 4 years.
No, my 4 years was undergrad. Now I'm going for masters, which
Oh,
I
you're going
just
for masters.
started.
Okay. So
Which I
let's tell us more about the place. As in like expenses and all that. Since you say it's scholarship, what and what are you paying and all that, all those things? Are you doing some side job? Can you be schooling and work aside and all that? And how many hours are they giving you when we compare to some part of the Western world?
I don't have this. I have things that I'm doing, which I'll share. But as a job, it's kind of hard for students to get a job here
Mm,
while studying, especially if you're on a student visa. It's very,
mm.
very hard. Sometimes it's illegal, sometimes you're arrested. So it's very hard unless you change it to a working visa. Um, my scholarship on undergrad was a partial scholarship, meaning I wasn't paying tuition, but the rest of the costs, accommodation, insurance, and all that, I had to pay for it. And when I compare with the standards of living here with other parts of the developed world, if I'm to say, it's cheaper. It's relatively cheaper. I think that comes to the fact it's a communist state. So they try to state regulate prices in the favor of everyone compared to other places where it's the market economy that drives it. So I think here it's cheaper. Basically that work you can't. And when I applied for masters, I applied for full scholarship, so everything is catered for in that part. Yeah.
Let's talk about opportunities there. You've been there 4 years. What have you learned? Is there any opportunities there that we hear China, yes, place to make business, to do business, and all that?
Yes, the opportunity is there. The first opportunity is obviously business. Business, because this is a factory of the world. Almost every commodity is done here. So most people will do shipping. Most people will do purchasing. You can still do that as a student. You can just be, people will send you their orders. You find your free time and go to the factory and good and send, even without you physically storing the goods. You're just the link man between the business person in let's say in Ghana and the factory in China. People can do what they call teaching. I've seen people who are making a success out of it, teaching. But basically, it's business. Business. If you really want to do business and go big and start and have that insight and intrigue, I think this is the best place for you to do it, because there are many things here you can purchase and learn and have clients and do without you even physically holding the goods. You can just be at your own phone and have it. Personally, I haven't done, let's say, the business and teaching. What I've been doing is that I've tried to use my talents to my advantage, and that has been very probably would say giving me some money, because I'm a writer, and I used to write for news publications in Africa, and probably every article I wrote, I would get a commission, and there were some competitions which I took part in and won, and obviously I would get paid for that. And now I have a podcast. So where I hear views. So obviously, when you're doing the area of content creation, there's always that point where you'll be paid. So that's the path where I would say I'm trying to do as a side hustle and all that thing. But others that venture into business and other parts.
China, how are they doing it? You've been there for 4 years. I mean, looking at them, people, the whole world, people going there, doing business, their lifestyle itself, how are they?
One, they are very patriotic. I've never seen a group of people in this world who love their country like these people. They're very patriotic. A lot of negativity is written about them in Western media, but these people love their country so much. To them, the world is China. And you kind of, for someone at the out, you may think they are being brainwashed and all that thing, but it's the fact. If someone is taught from a young age China is the best country in the world, they always love that country. Something that we Africans don't have.
Mm.
And secondly, what they have is that they have that collective spirit of making something for their own. If they watch something like, let's say, America has built this plane, the next day they'll sit down and say, how can we build this plane? Not how can we buy planes from America. They have that spirit of making it as them without depending on others. That's why for them, they can cut off Facebook, Instagram, and then develop theirs. While we in Africa, we're just the consumers. So they have that spirit of self-dependency and patriotism and a large market that can still absorb and sustain those industries when they are made. So I think those are the key factors that make this place, superpower sort of.
They produce, they manufacture, they don't do importation. But if you
They
look
do
at
import.
Africa, they do import, but they don't import as we do. We like importation too much, Africans. Two of us.
True.
What do we produce? Every time, everything, let's import. Every time, importation. Don't you think there are some things, some basic things we can also do it here, or there are some major things that we can also produce here without importation?
I think
Like
almost
you,
every.
like you just said, you said when they see America has done a new plane, they also find ways and means to create one or to do some. What about Africa?
Africa we just consume. I think Africa, even if in my country there is a company that made cars, assembling cars, electric cars,
Mm.
but you still feel people in Uganda who say that still this car is fake. I think we don't have the spirit of supporting.
So that means we don't believe in ourselves. We don't support our own.
If let's say a man in Ghana creates a Facebook alternative and gives people will be like, nah, we still go back to Facebook. Africans, I feel, they think we don't support each other. We're kind of selfish. We want individualism. I want to be the boss, and I'll do everything to still be the boss, rather than helping your brother and you knowing that if your brother succeeds and you succeed, you all succeed. We have that bit of selfishness, we as Africans, and I think that's the thing that's holding us back for a long time. So once you work on that,
do you think because we don't speak one language, it's also the problem? Because when I go to Uganda, that's what I was asking. When I go to Uganda now, you have different languages in Uganda. Is it because we don't speak one? Let's say Ugandans will come together. We say, okay, we want to speak one language, which is our local language. Everybody must learn this language, and we have to speak so that we become one. You are in China. You know these Chinese people. They have one language they all speak, right?
yeah.
Don't you think that is the problem we Africans we are facing? Because if this one says, I'm this tribe, and we speak different languages, so that means we will never agree on something.
I think the issue of the language was solved by colonialism, because I can speak with a Ghanaian in English, and there is
English our language. I'm talking about we are local language. I'm not talking about Western language.
No, I'm getting your point of communication. Why you're saying because we can't communicate, that's why we're not united. Yes, it could be a key factor, but now in this century, it shouldn't be a factor. And even if there are local languages, there's always a second or third language that I may understand and you may understand. So, yes, there are some people who will be like, I cannot communicate with this person, so I don't need anything from him. But still, even among those people that speak the same language, there'll still be those that always think about themselves and not the others. And I think that's the biggest issue with Africans because, and I've experienced it here and I've seen it even with, it's me and my family. And, you put a big fence on your home. You don't even invite your neighbor, not knowing that if something happens to your home, your neighbor may save you. Just a bit of, something like that. So that's what I think is the issue, not the language.
When you go out there on the streets in China, do they speak English?
No, they don't speak English, but some understand.
You are forced to learn their language, to speak Chinese, to learn Chinese.
To adapt at the place, yes, you must speak Chinese.
So do you speak Chinese?
Not very well.
Ni hao, ni hao. Ni hao. So you see what they are trying to push you to learn their language.
And that is something that saddens me because even in my country, Chinese is now a subject. But when I was studying in my country, our local languages were not really subjects. English was a subject.
And now you people are studying Chinese.
Yes.
In Africa, Uganda.
Yes. Chinese is a subject in schools.
I see. Honestly, I'm just hearing it. I don't know about it.
It's there. You can check. It's a language. I think it was introduced 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, so your kids are learning it, eh? Which
is sad though, because I believe the local languages should come first, and then these ones come later.
That's it. The local language should come first, but why Chinese?
I don't know.
Anyway, so tell us. I was asking you if you have been there 4 years. Have you met any other Africans there, Ghanaians and other?
Yes,
have Ghana, other South Africans and other people. Have you guys? Your school, your school. Do you have other Africans there as well?
Yes, I have met very many. I think I've met Africans from every African country. Every African country I've met. And I'm closest to apparently to Ghanaians because I feel like Ghanaians have this culture of welcoming. You have that spirit of entrepreneurship. You have that spirit of not giving up from the people I've met. And I really admire that. I really admire that about the Ghanaian people. So I met almost every African country. I've met someone there.
But have you been to Ghana before or not yet?
No, but I want to.
You have to come and visit here too and see what's happening here.
I'm coming.
You love here.
Sure.
Yes, you love here. But I'm looking forward to visit Uganda though.
You should come to Uganda. It's visa free, by the way. Uganda.
I know.
Ghana.
If you have Ugandan passport, how many countries can you visit? Do you know the countries you can visit free without visa?
I think they're about.
I'm not talking about Africa. I'm talking about Western world.
There are few. Most of them are in the Caribbean.
The Caribbean. Most of them are in the Caribbean. What about Europe?
Only Ireland. I think it's only Ireland.
Ireland. Okay, you don't need visa to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
But are they going there?
Very few.
Very few. They don't like Ireland.
I think people would prefer England, Scotland, Wales, UK than Ireland. Ireland is like, if anyone refuses, let us just
Those are
go.
when they do it visa free. The country will be your country will be empty.
Very empty. If UK was visa free, to be very empty.
Your country will be empty, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so before I leave you, what is your last message? After your course, are you coming back or you plan to do something in China? You want to do business there?
No, I have to come back to develop Africa. I think the thing with me is that I'm a very strong Pan-Africanist. I think that's why I even started the podcast that shares with the African diaspora. China is just me getting skills, being exposed and all that, but it's not my end goal, because at the end of the day I'll be buried in Africa, not in China. So I have to come back and cause a difference in Africa. My message to people, I'll start my message to people in Africa is we Africans should have the spirit of collective success. As I say, I don't like the fact that we Africans like developing as individuals, but not as a community. It has worked in China, it has worked in Europe. We can do it. I have to. If I find that my brother is having a business, let me support him. If I find that my brother is chasing or doing something, let him support him, and vice versa. And that's how we shall grow as a people. Secondly, we Africans have to believe that Africa was great before these people came, and definitely after they'll come. We have to believe in most Africans don't know the greatness of our history. We don't know that we had great men before. I studied in Uganda, but I didn't know about Yas and Twa. I had to come to China and learn the greatness of such people. We are not told those people who would give us a sense of pride in our color, in our identity. An African child can look up to and feel like, yes, I'm proudly African. So the onus is on us as the current generation to not only seek this information, but also spread it and use it as a way to embolden us, to make us stronger, despite all these difficulties. And the last advice I'll give to people in Africa is
Before I leave, talking about great people, knowing our history and all that. We all watch Idi Amin's movie and all that, the way he was painted and he was doing some kind of things, the kind of perception we had towards him and all that. Just recently, I got to know that all those things that we were watching some years back, it wasn't like that. It wasn't true. And that he was a great person and all that,
Yeah, when it comes to Idi Amin, it's two sides. Obviously, there's a side of him that was bad. I did lose some relatives during that period, but his mentality of loving Uganda, putting Uganda first, and using the mere resources that were available to him to take Uganda to a level which he thought it would be great or something, is something we kind of lack right now. So that's something that we give him credit for. He really loved his country. He was a no corruption person. There was that strictness to discipline, efficiency in government through his means and all that. So in general, Amin's tenure is two-faced. It was bad, yes, but there are some aspects of him that were good. But to call it totally bad wouldn't be giving justice to that period, because him as a leader really loved his country so much, and through his mere thoughts and resources, he wanted to take Uganda to a great level. To give you context, it is during the 70s that Uganda's areas such as sport, Uganda was at its climax. I think in 1978, when AFCON was in Ghana, we lost to Ghana in the final. So ever since then, we have never been in a final, and that's the period where we won our gold medals and all that. So you could find that during that period, the Ghanaian flag was high in other aspects because you had a leader who was really, really patriotic, and during that time, he was a no corruption person. But there were also periods of him that were really, really, really bad. But I don't know. The fact that the bad is portrayed is because the victor always writes the history. So you can't blame what's being written.
I see. So you said you'll be coming back after your course. When you are done, you go back and go and serve your country.
Yeah, and serve Africa. I don't have to serve my country only. The whole country.
Yeah, to serve Africa. What are you bringing?
One, I have to change the technological sector. I feel like this is the only opportunity we have, we as Africans, to develop at the same rate as the outside world. It's through technology. Technology gives everyone an equal footing. You just need to know it. And someone may say, okay, you can learn it, but we don't have equipment. Yes, but you can have one computer and teach 50 people using that one computer. So we need to focus in technology because it's the way we have a way of spying development. I've seen it work here. I believe it can work in Africa. So that's something I'm passionate about changing. Another thing that I'm passionate about changing is the fact that I want to change the African narrative. I want to change what is written about Africa and what Africans know about Africa. And that's something I really want to change.
Rugaba John Paul, thank you so much for passing through. Are you on social media as well?
Yes, I'm on almost every social media. I'm on Facebook as JP Rugaba, Instagram Sir Rugaba, Twitter Rugaba. Yeah.
Rugaba. Okay. Rugaba, thank you so much for passing through. Any shout outs to the people, your family back home, friends in Uganda, and everybody that you know? I mean, any shout outs?
I'll shout out to my people in Ghana, I have some Ghanaian friends. First, my brother, Kakwasi Kwateng, is from Kumasi. So I give him my shout outs there. Another one called Eva, she's also in Kumasi. I'll give my shout outs to my family in Uganda. They'll watch this, tell them that I love them, I miss them, but I'll come back stronger. And to all my friends and family across, the whole world, miss you, love you, and keep strong.
Nice one. Tell them to come and join SBTV Africa because soon we'll be coming to Uganda. I mean, to have a chat with people there. We can also do it on live, but maybe we'll face some little problem, some Wi-Fi. That if you have good Wi-Fi, you can just join us. My line is open 247. I'll have a vibe with you. Charlie, thank you so much for passing through. Subscribe to our channel, guys. My name is DJ Nyame. I'll thank my production team. You can join us. My numbers are on the screens. Just WhatsApp me or send me a voice note. Then I'll just schedule with you. Then we can have a chat. If only you want to come on the show, wherever you are across the world, this platform is open to you all. Charlie, Rugaba, John Paul, big ups. Thanks so much for passing through. Right?
Thank you so much.
Nice one. Peace out. Big ups, Charlie. Okay, so my production team, DJ Click Sharon, Tina, and D. Big shout out to peace out.
Eyo da sani bia ni da so se obenya adwuma ye sanso na yentimi nya adwuma ebra ye ni anyinama hoden eto da wobedru adwuma mu na nkane ani ho eba saa na atete no aye bebre enkankan se wobepo adwuma ba fie na nkane ani fie wokoso generator nso a ose famie na nso se wonim JB mobile engineers a all the above problems will be a thing of the past. JB mobile engineers nko na ebema 24-hour dedicated generator services. JB Mobile Engineers, ton generators, fufro, any other than sanso na maintenance, repairs, consultation, which I say, Uya adwuma say efie nnwuma hodo na o pese auto generator enya generator bia na wo so auto enti wo ba ye be kyerkyerɛ mu na ye be boa wo sanso so na ye ye boa wo den and fabrication say wo generator kitwa na kese ye be si dan kama e de asi so sɛ be ye nsuo ne awia ense no say wo ye school sorry hospital companies and mining companies obia be aso ya ye betimi aboa mo eye generator abebo adwuma nyina bo JB mobile engineers ewo Tema Michelle Camp Road Freye ewo 0244623899 and 0207596676 JB mobile engineers, your generator friend.
Stop send. Hello people, now tap send is finally in New York. You thought we are not coming there. We are in your place. So what you have to do is to make sure you send money to Ghana. If you're in New York, families and friends in Ghana are waiting for you. Don't send it. All you have to do is to put in your information, sign up on the App Store or Google Play Store, and then you tap and send. New York, we are live and in charge. No excuse. So make sure now you use tap send to send all the money you want to send to the families in Ghana. You know what I mean? Tap send. It's secure, it's fast, and it's convenient. Open day. Did I mention my name? My name is Carlo Boss. The only boss. Wait, what then?
Download Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Send. It's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.